Every single minute, you are losing between 50 to 100 hair strands. That's completely normal. But for millions, something goes wrong. The shedding doesn't stop. The fallen hair isn't replaced. The hairline starts receding. The crown becomes thin. The parting line widens. And slowly, panic sets in. You stand before the mirror. You notice it. You touch your scalp and feel it. The hair isn't what it used to be. It's weaker, thinner, lifeless. But here's what most people don't realize. By the time you notice this visible thinning, the problem underneath has been building for years. Scientists call it miniaturization. The hair follicle shrinks slowly over time. The hair grows thinner with each cycle. Eventually, it stops producing hair altogether. This isn't just a cosmetic issue, it's biological. And the triggers behind this are far more dangerous than you think. It's not just about age or genetics. Multiple silent killers are at work. Hormonal imbalances, chronic inflammation, poor scalp circulation, nutritional deficiencies, oxidative stress, and even poor sleep quality. Yes, you heard me correctly. Your sleep habits may be silently contributing to your hair loss every single night. Let's talk about hormones first. DHT, dihydrotestosterone, is often blamed for hair loss. It's a byproduct of testosterone. In sensitive individuals, DHT attaches to receptors at the base of the hair follicle. It disrupts the natural hair cycle. But DHT is not the whole story. DHT damage becomes severe only when the scalp is already inflamed. Inflammation tightens the tissues around hair follicles. It chokes them. It cuts off blood supply. Without oxygen and nutrients, follicles weaken. This is why some people with high DHT never lose hair, while others suffer severe baldness. Inflammation creates the perfect battlefield for hair loss. And it doesn't happen overnight. Chronic inflammation can be triggered by stress, processed foods, poor gut health, toxins, environmental pollutants, and even the products you apply to your scalp daily. Many commercial shampoos and styling products are loaded with harsh chemicals like sulfates, parabens, and phthalates. These irritate the scalp, disrupt natural oils, and fuel inflammation. But there's another silent factor: poor circulation. Your hair follicles depend on a constant flow of oxygen, nutrients, and hormones delivered by tiny capillaries beneath your scalp. As we age, circulation declines. Sedentary lifestyles, smoking, high blood pressure, diabetes, and even tight hairstyles can reduce blood flow to the scalp. Without proper blood flow, the follicles starve. They struggle to survive. Then comes oxidative stress. Free radicals damage the cells within the hair follicle. Pollution, UV radiation, smoking, processed foods, and chronic stress increase free radical production. Over time, oxidative damage accumulates. The follicles weaken further. But here's the most overlooked factor: sleep. Your scalp regenerates primarily during deep sleep. The growth phase of your hair, called anagen, requires this repair time. But when you sleep poorly, your body produces excess cortisol, the stress hormone. High cortisol levels shrink blood vessels. It reduces nutrient delivery to the scalp. Poor sleep also disrupts melatonin production. Melatonin isn't just a sleep hormone. It plays a direct role in hair growth regulation. Studies have shown that topical melatonin application can improve hair growth by extending the anagen phase. But if your body isn't producing enough naturally due to poor sleep habits, your hair suffers. And this is where most people make a huge mistake. They spend thousands on expensive hair loss treatments, shampoos, serums, pills, laser devices, but they ignore what's happening inside their body. The internal environment determines whether your follicles thrive or die. Let's go deeper. Hair growth occurs in cycles: anagen, growth; catagen, transition; and telogen, resting. Each follicle cycles independently. A healthy scalp maintains about 85 to 90% of hair in the anagen phase. But when inflammation, poor circulation, or nutrient deficiencies occur, more follicles shift prematurely into telogen. This is called telogen effluvium. When the ratio shifts too far, visible thinning occurs rapidly. But here's the terrifying part. Many of those follicles entering telogen won't return to anagen unless you intervene. The longer a follicle stays dormant, the harder it is to reactivate. Some scientists believe that after 2 to 5 years of dormancy, many follicles enter a state called senescence, where they no longer respond to stimulation. That's why early action is critical. Now, let's talk nutrients. Your hair is made of keratin, a protein. But building healthy hair requires far more than protein alone. It needs zinc, iron, biotin, vitamin D, B-complex vitamins, magnesium, collagen, and omega-3 fatty acids. Deficiencies in any of these can weaken the hair shaft, slow growth, or even trigger shedding. Iron deficiency anemia is especially common in women and a leading cause of diffuse thinning. Zinc plays a key role in DNA synthesis, necessary for follicle cell replication. Biotin supports keratin structure. Vitamin D receptors in hair follicles regulate cycling. Omega-3s reduce inflammation and improve follicle cell membrane health. Without these, your hair weakens from the inside out. But even perfect nutrition won't help if circulation is poor. The nutrients can't reach the follicle without strong blood flow. This is why addressing microcirculation is critical. Now you may wonder, why is this happening so much more today than before? Our modern lifestyles fuel every one of these problems. Chronic stress raises cortisol. Poor diets spike inflammation. Sedentary behavior reduces circulation. Toxic chemical exposure irritates the scalp. Blue light exposure disrupts sleep and melatonin production. Even tight ponytails and hats cause mechanical traction that weakens follicles. And here's something few talk about: scalp fibrosis. Over time, chronic inflammation creates fibrotic tissue in the scalp. This thickens the connective tissue around follicles, restricting their growth space and blood supply. Fibrosis is like scar tissue strangling the follicle. It's one reason why long-standing bald spots are so difficult to reverse. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. In most cases, the hair follicle itself doesn't completely die. It goes dormant. It shrinks. It rests. But it's still there, waiting. The key is reactivating it. And that brings us to the nighttime secret I'm about to share. Because your body does its most intense healing while you sleep, the bedtime window provides the perfect opportunity to restore your scalp's environment. By reducing inflammation, boosting blood flow, delivering key nutrients directly to the follicle, and supporting hormonal balance, all while you sleep, you give your body the chance to heal itself naturally. And that's what most conventional treatments miss. They try to force hair growth during the day while ignoring the fact that true cellular repair happens at night. That's why I developed a simple, natural bedtime ritual to reactivate dormant follicles and rebuild the environment your scalp needs to thrive. This isn't about expensive procedures. It's not about risky medications. It's about supporting your body's own biology, because your body wants to heal. You simply need to give it the right tools. In just a moment, I'll walk you through this powerful nighttime protocol step by step. You'll be shocked by how simple it is. But first, understand this one truth. Hair loss is not inevitable. Even if you're 60, even if you're 70, even if you've already lost significant hair, the follicles are still there, waiting for the right environment. And I'm going to show you exactly how to create it tonight. Now that you understand how hair loss happens, let me show you exactly how to turn it around. I call it my Overnight Follicle Revival Ritual. It works while you sleep. It uses nature's most powerful oils and nutrients. And the best part? You can do it at home. It's simple, it's safe, and for many, it's life-changing. Let's begin with the foundation: castor oil. This thick, rich oil has been used for centuries in traditional medicine. It contains a rare compound called ricinoleic acid. Studies show ricinoleic acid reduces inflammation and improves circulation. When you massage castor oil into your scalp, it opens up tiny blood vessels. This allows oxygen and nutrients to reach your starving follicles. More blood flow means more healing, but castor oil does even more. It also has antibacterial and antifungal properties. Many people unknowingly have low-level fungal infections on their scalp that irritate follicles. Castor oil helps cleanse the scalp gently. Now we add rosemary essential oil. This oil is a superstar for hair regrowth. A study published in SkinMed Journal compared rosemary oil directly with minoxidil, the famous hair growth drug. After 6 months, rosemary oil was just as effective, but without the side effects like itching or irritation. Rosemary works by stimulating microcirculation. It also helps block DHT locally, and it contains powerful antioxidants that protect the follicle cells. Next, we include pumpkin seed oil. This oil is rich in zinc, magnesium, and phytosterols. These nutrients help balance hormones that contribute to hair loss. One study showed men taking pumpkin seed oil capsules had significant hair regrowth after 24 weeks. But applying it directly to the scalp allows targeted delivery. It nourishes the follicle directly. Then comes vitamin E oil. Vitamin E is a potent antioxidant. It neutralizes free radicals that damage follicle cells. In one clinical trial, vitamin E supplementation led to a 34% increase in hair count after 8 months. When applied topically, vitamin E supports cellular repair even faster. These 4 oils form the core of your nighttime treatment, but the most important part is how you apply them. Before bed, pour 1 tablespoon of castor oil into a small bowl. Add 5 drops of rosemary essential oil. Add 1 teaspoon of pumpkin seed oil. Finally, add 2 drops of vitamin E oil. Mix them well. Gently warm the mixture. Do not overheat it. Warm oil penetrates the scalp more effectively. Now begin your scalp massage. Use your fingertips. Apply gentle but firm pressure. Move in small circles. Start at the front hairline. Work your way back to the crown, then down to the sides and nape of your neck. Spend at least 5 minutes massaging. This massage does 2 things. First, it physically breaks up fibrotic tissue around dormant follicles. Second, it boosts blood flow immediately. The oils then soak into the scalp overnight. They nourish, they repair, they reduce inflammation. They stimulate the dermal papilla cells deep inside each follicle. These are the master cells that control hair growth. When these cells wake up, new hair begins to sprout. After the massage, cover your head with a soft towel or a breathable cap. This prevents staining your pillow. Then go to bed and let nature work. Your body enters its natural healing phase during deep sleep. Blood flow improves, hormones balance, cells repair, and your scalp finally gets the chance to heal deeply. Consistency is crucial. Repeat this ritual every night. Some people begin to notice reduced shedding in just a few weeks. New hair growth may appear after 3 months. Significant regrowth often takes 6 months or more. Patience pays off, but there's more you can do to support your overnight healing. Let's talk about a few simple bedtime habits that can speed your results. First, optimize your sleep environment. Make your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. This boosts melatonin production. Remember, melatonin supports hair cycling directly. Even small amounts of light can suppress melatonin. Use blackout curtains if needed. Second, avoid tight hairstyles at night. Never sleep with your hair pulled back tightly. This puts unnecessary tension on already fragile follicles. Wear your hair loose. Third, stay hydrated. Before bed, drink a small glass of warm water with a pinch of natural sea salt. This supports microcirculation during sleep. Dehydration thickens the blood slightly, reducing capillary flow to the scalp. Fourth, practice deep breathing before sleep. Just 5 minutes of slow, controlled breathing lowers cortisol levels. Less cortisol means less blood vessel constriction. This allows more nutrients to reach your scalp overnight. Fifth, support your body with proper nutrition during the day. Eat foods rich in zinc, iron, omega-3 fatty acids, biotin, and vitamin D. Leafy greens, fatty fish, eggs, nuts, seeds, and bone broth are excellent choices. Nutrition works synergistically with your topical routine. Finally, reduce toxin exposure. Avoid harsh shampoos loaded with sulfates and parabens. Choose natural, gentle cleansers. Protect your scalp from excessive sun exposure, and manage stress actively. Chronic emotional stress fuels inflammation powerfully. Daily mindfulness practices can help regulate your stress response. All these small steps add up. They create an internal and external environment that supports follicle recovery. Remember, hair regrowth is not about forcing the body. It's about creating the conditions where your body can heal itself. Your follicles are waiting. Even if they've been dormant for years, they can be reawakened. Science proves this. Several studies show that dormant follicles retain regenerative capacity if you address the underlying conditions early enough. The key is reducing inflammation, improving circulation, correcting nutrient deficiencies, and allowing natural repair during sleep. That's exactly what this bedtime ritual does. It works in harmony with your body's biology. And because it's natural, there are no dangerous side effects like you see with pharmaceutical drugs. This approach is gentle, but extremely powerful. I've seen men and women in their 50s, 60s, even 70s experience remarkable hair recovery using this simple routine. The hair comes back stronger, thicker, and healthier, and the confidence that returns is priceless. Hair loss can feel devastating, but it's not hopeless. You have more control than you've been told, and you don't need expensive treatments to begin. You need consistency, you need patience, and you need to support your body at its most powerful healing time while you sleep. In just a moment, I'll explain exactly why this method works, even when so many others fail. The reason may surprise you, but it's the reason this nighttime ritual has helped so many regain their hair naturally. Now you may wonder why this simple approach works when so many expensive treatments fail. The answer lies in how your body truly heals. Most conventional treatments try to target the symptom, hair loss, without fixing the environment that caused it. They try to force hair growth with chemicals, medications, or devices. But they don't address the inflammation. They don't restore blood flow. They don't fix nutrient deficiencies. They don't support your natural healing cycles during sleep. And that's why results are temporary, limited, or come with side effects. Your hair follicles are living structures. They are not dead. They are waiting for the right conditions to wake up. Imagine a garden. If the soil is dry, toxic, and hard, no seeds will sprout. You can't force plants to grow in dead soil. But if you nourish the soil, water it, clear the weeds, and give it sunlight, nature takes over. Plants grow naturally. Your scalp is exactly the same. When you create a healthy environment, your follicles respond. They start producing new hair. This is why my Overnight Follicle Revival Ritual works so powerfully. It nourishes the scalp directly. It clears inflammation. It boosts blood flow. It feeds the follicle cells. And most importantly, it supports your body's natural nighttime healing window. You're not forcing hair growth. You're restoring balance. You're giving your body what it needs to heal itself. That's why this works even for people who have tried everything else. Because most treatments ignore biology. They try to shortcut nature. But your body was designed to repair itself. You just have to remove the blocks. Inflammation is one of the biggest blocks. Blood flow restriction is another. Nutrient starvation is another. Stress and poor sleep compound it all. When you address all these factors together, magic happens. And you don't need risky drugs. You don't need laser helmets or surgeries. You need patience. You need consistency. And you need to work with your body's natural rhythms. Hair loss doesn't happen overnight. Regrowth won't either. But even if you've been losing hair for years, it's not too late. I've seen countless people in their 60s and 70s begin this simple nightly practice and experience new baby hairs sprouting within months. It's deeply rewarding. Not just for the hair growth, but for the confidence, hope, and vitality that returns. Because hair loss affects how we feel about ourselves. It impacts our identity. Reversing it naturally gives you back more than hair. It gives you back control. It proves that your body is still capable of healing, even at an older age. This is the truth most companies won't tell you, because there's no profit in teaching people how to heal themselves naturally. But nature has given us everything we need. Castor oil, rosemary oil, pumpkin seed oil, vitamin E, gentle massage, deep restorative sleep, clean nutrition, stress management, all simple, all safe, all powerful. And when combined, they unlock your body's healing ability. Tonight, you have a choice. You can continue feeling helpless, or you can take 5 minutes before bed to begin healing your scalp. Nourish your follicles, support your body's repair, and let nature go to work while you sleep. Day by day, you'll notice less shedding. Then tiny new hairs will emerge, thicker strands will return, and slowly your confidence will rebuild. You hold the power. Don't let anyone tell you it's too late. Your hair story isn't finished. This simple ritual can become your turning point. Start tonight, stay consistent, and watch what happens. Your body was designed to heal. Trust it, work with it, and you may be surprised by the beautiful hair that returns.